Well, right now, there are calls for the LA Clippers owner to be suspended. He's accused of making racist comments during a conversation with his girlfriend, caught on audio tape. Apparently, Donald Sterling told her to stop associating with black people, including NBA legend Magic Johnson. The league is now investigating that recording. Current and former NBA players are speaking out. So is President Obama. Here's what he had to say.
When ignorant folks want to advertise their ignorance, you don't really have to do anything. You just let them talk. And that's what happened here.
Well, those were his comments during his visit to Malaysia. HLN contributor and political science professor Jason Johnson is here. Jason, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You know, you have an interesting take on this. Share that with our audience.
Well, look, there's too much obsession over who is and is not a racist in this country, and it really doesn't matter. It's just like with Paul Dean. This is about bad management. This is about bad management on the part of the NBA. David Stern didn't deal with this for years. Adam Silver did a horrible job last night in his press conference. And if they had managed this situation better, there should be rules in place for how to deal with owners that embarrass the Shield and embarrass the league, and they have none. That's a bigger problem than just racism.
You mean you can suspend him, but there are no rules to fire the guy? He's an owner of a team.
Well, it's not just a matter of him being an owner of a team. Owning a team is a privilege. You don't have a right to own a team. It's a club. It's a very exclusive club of 32 members. And if you have someone whose behavior is messing up one of your most popular teams, they're in LA, you've got Blake Griffin, Cliff Paul, and he's embarrassing the league, there should be rules to have him removed. Not necessarily from ownership, but at least from a public place. And they're totally unprepared for this.
What do you make of his relationship with his girlfriend? Do we know anything about where it stands now? I mean, ironically, she's half African-American and half Hispanic. And he's allegedly making these racist comments.
Right.
What do you make of this?
That doesn't surprise me. That's how bigots operate. You know, everybody can sort of make their own little rules one way or another. I mean, he said to her, you should be acting like a pretty white girl or Latina girl and not associate with these black people. So when someone is a bigot, they find all sorts of bizarre rationales to justify their behavior. They're also having an affair. So this is steeped in lies from the beginning. That's not surprising.
Who else are we hearing from, and what's your reaction to those people?
You know, President Obama's going to say something because he loves basketball.
That's true, right.
And basketball is actually very popular in Malaysia. There are several Malaysian players in NBA.
That's probably why he was asked the question.
Exactly. So the president has said something. Al Sharpton has said something. Jesse Jackson has said something. I mean, there are calls from Sharpton to actually have Donald Sterling removed from ownership of the team. I don't think that should happen. I don't think you should lose your team just because you're a bigot. But I do think that the league should say and should have some role in saying someone who embarrasses the league should suffer consequences. And it's got to be deeper than just money.
Well, do you think that they're going to eventually say that? What they're saying now is this investigation is just getting started. We learned about this yesterday.
Right.
So they have to investigate the tape. They can't get rid of the guy before they confirm whether or not that's him on the tape. Now, nobody's confirming or denying it's him on the tape, and you know, this is still alleged until the investigation is complete. So do you think that will be the outcome here? Do you think they'll remove him?
I don't think that's going to be the outcome. And there's nothing alleged here. Look, it's pretty clear, and I've said this before. TMZ is a lot of things, but they don't get sued, okay? TMZ is not going to release that tape and say it's Donald Sterling if they haven't already confirmed it. So the issue here is really, is Adam Silver going to be strong enough as a commissioner to get Donald Sterling to step down himself? Because you can't legally remove him, but you can say, look, you're hurting the league, and if you care about this league, take one for the team, literally and figuratively, and step down. We don't want this hovering all the way throughout the playoffs.
And this is going to play out because we will learn once they complete their investigation what their reaction is. Jason Johnson, so good to see you.
Always.
Have a great weekend.